Namaskar everyone. Today we will explore the modern tools to decode the past. So this will be the objectives of this lecture. By the end of this lecture, you will be able to understand the concept of reclaiming ancient geospatial practices for sustainable development. You can explore the importance of mapping ancient knowledge sites and creating spatial analysis. You can understand how ancient Indian wisdom can inform modern environmental and urban solutions. As we step into the future, it's crucial to understand the relevance of ancient Indian geospatial knowledge in today's rapidly evolving world. Ancient practices that intertwined geography, astronomy, and spiritual wisdom have shown us sustainable ways to interact with our environments. The wisdom embedded in ancient texts, from Vastu Shastra to sacred geography, offers us valuable insights into spatial harmony, resource management, and environmental sustainability. The modern world, while advancing technologically, is facing unprecedented challenges related to climate change, urban congestion, and resource depletion. This makes it even more critical to integrate traditional wisdom into contemporary environmental and urban planning. Ancient knowledge system emphasized a holistic relationship between humans and nature, something that could be highly beneficial as we seek solutions for urban sustainability today. And as we look forward, these ancient practices hold the potential to shape future urban landscapes. By incorporating spatial alignment principles, water conservation methods, and environmentally conscious architectural practices, we can pave the way for cities that are not only smart but also sustainable and spiritually connected to the natural world. And this integration is not just about preserving the past, it's about using ancient knowledge as a foundation for a more sustainable future in our urban environments. Now, when we look at the geographical distribution of ancient Indian sites of the knowledge, such as water systems, city layouts, temples, we begin to see how ancient communities understood their relationship with both the natural and spiritual world. Sacred geography played a vital role in the development of Indian civilization, and the spatial organization of these sites was deeply intertwined with cosmic principles and ecological sustainability. Today, we have the advantage of modern GIS tools, which allows us to map and analyze the locations of these ancient knowledge sites with greater precision. These tools help us uncover how ancient cities like Dholavira or sacred sites like the Char Dham were aligned with astronomical events, cardinal directions, and natural features. By using GIS, we can trace patterns and uncover the underlying principles that govern the placement of these sites, providing a more holistic understanding of ancient spatial practices. Moreover, mapping these locations reveals the connection between sacred landscapes and their relationship to nature. For instance, the positioning of temples and water systems was not arbitrary but based on principles designed to maintain harmony between the cosmic order, natural resources, and human settlements. Now, this mapping exercises helps us see how sacred landscapes were not only spiritual symbols but also ecological blueprints that promoted sustainability. So, by identifying these patterns, we can begin to appreciate how ancient knowledge can guide us in our current efforts to design sustainable cities and preserve natural landscapes. In today's world, we have the benefits of modern technologies like GIS to map and analyze ancient systems with incredible precision. GIS allows us to visualize, interpret, and understand how ancient civilizations developed their sophisticated geospatial knowledge. It provides a modern framework to reimagine how ancient landscapes were planned and utilized. Now, one of the most exciting ways GIS is being applied today is in its mapping of hidden structures that were previously undetected or only partially understood. For example, remote sensing technologies allows us to uncover buried or obscured water management systems such as ancient step wells, water harvesting structures, and irrigation networks. These systems were often deeply integrated into the landscape with locations chosen based on natural water flow, geological features, and sacred principles. By applying remote sensing techniques such as LIDAR or light detection and ranging or satellite imagery, we can get a clearer picture of how these ancient systems were engineered to address environmental challenges and how they interacted with the local ecology and urban centers. An excellent example is the mapping of stepwells like Adlat stepwells and Rani Ki Vav stepwell in Gujarat. By utilizing GIS tools, we can gain insights into like how these structures were not only practical water reservoirs but also symbolic spaces that connected spiritual beliefs with ecological sustainability. And these technologies allow us to understand the design principles behind these structures and how they reflect the sophisticated understanding of water management in ancient India. Now, integrating sacred and ecological landscapes offers a powerful opportunity to merge the spiritual wisdom of sacred geography with the practical needs of ecological sustainability in modern urban planning. Like in ancient India, spaces were often designed not only for utility but with a profound connection to the natural world and spiritual belief. And this holistic view of space can guide us today as we look for more sustainable and harmonious ways of designing our cities. Now, take the example of sacred groups, rivers, and temple precinct. These were not just places of worship, but also centers of preserving biodiversity ensuring water conservation, and maintaining natural harmony. In modern city planning, we can look at these ancient practices and integrate them into our urban designs. For example, sacred groups, which were historically protected and preserved by local communities, offer a model for urban parks or green spaces that promote biodiversity conservation. The concept of sacred rivers, such as the Ganga, provides inspiration for designing eco friendly waterways and sustainable stormwater management system in cities today. Now, similarly, temple precincts often functioned as centers of social cohesion and sustainability. With their careful attention to natural elements like water, trees, and soil. Now, in modern context, we can adapt this model to create public spaces that prioritize ecological balance and community well being. Now, looking forward, the potential for ecological zoning inspired by sacred geography could allow urban areas to designate certain regions for ecological conservation, just as ancient settlements were planned with respect to natural features. Biomimicry, inspired by nature's design, can also provide valuable insights into creating sustainable urban infrastructures. And by looking at how nature has solved challenges like water management or energy flow, we can develop modern sustainable technologies that reflect the wisdom of these sacred practices. Now, modern application of ancient water management techniques explores how we can revive traditional practices like rainwater harvesting, step wells, and temple tanks to address urban water crisis today. And these ancient systems were designed with deep knowledge of local climate patterns, topography, and sustainable living practices. One notable example is Bangalore, which is currently working on rejuvenating its ancient lakes and step wells. And these step wells, often seen as beautiful architectural features, were once used to store water during dry seasons. And now they are being revived as part of the city's larger effort to improve water conservation. And by restoring these ancient water systems, Bangalore is tapping into a rich heritage of local knowledge and adapting it to the challenges of modern urbanization. Now, similarly, in Tamil Nadu, there has been a revival of ancient tank systems. And these tanks were integral to the region's agricultural economy. It was designed to capture and store rainwater for irrigation. As urbanization has placed increasing pressure on water resources, these traditional systems are being reintroduced to help tackle water shortages. The revival of such practices offers a sustainable solution to modern challenges by utilizing local water bodies and systems, which can be more resilient to climate change than newer, like a more industrialized solution. So, these examples highlight that ancient water management techniques are not only relevant but essential in the modern context. And by integrating traditional system with the contemporary urban designs, we can ensure a future that balances urban growth and environmental sustainability. Now, if we see the sustainable urban planning and ancient geospatial wisdom, it focuses on integrating ancient Indian principles of city planning that were designed to align with cosmic forces and create environmental harmony. And these principles emphasized spatial balance, natural elements, and sacred alignments, all of which contributed to a city's ability to thrive in sync with its environment. And one of the key aspects of ancient city planning was the concept of aligning cities with cardinal directions, ensuring that buildings and infrastructures were designed in harmony with the natural and cosmic forces. This created cities that were not just functional but spiritually balanced and ecologically sustainable. For example, in Vastu Shastra, cities were ideally situated with respect to the flow of water, wind, sunlight, and other natural elements, which ensured that cities' energy flow were in harmony with nature. And in modern times, these principles can significantly inform the design of sustainable smart cities. A contemporary example is the planning of Chandigarh, where natural elements were given utmost importance. And this city was designed with green buffers to reduce urban heat island and provide a habitat for biodiversity. The incorporation of air corridors and large green spaces ensures good air circulation, reducing pollution and improving the city's overall environmental health. Now, by integrating ancient wisdom with modern technology and urban design, we can develop cities that are not only smart but deeply connected to the natural environments. This city would be sustainable, resilient to climate change, and aligned with both the spiritual and ecological needs of the modern world. If we talk about the future prospects, like reclaiming dharma-centric geography for sustainability, it basically focuses on dharma as the guiding principle for integrating ethical, ecological, and spiritual values into modern urban design. Now, dharma in this context refers to the moral and natural order that shape how humans interact with the environment, one another, and the cosmos. Incorporating dharmic principle into geographical planning can lead to the development of cities that are not only technologically advanced but also grounded in ethics and sustainability. And by considering the balance of natural resources, respecting the environment, creating spaces that honor culture and spiritual beliefs, cities can become more resilient to environmental challenges such as climate change and sustainable in long term. And dharma centric geography stresses the idea that cities should be designed with a sense of duty towards the environment and society. This involves creating spaces that are conducive to spiritual well being, encourages ecological balance, and bring forward the social harmony. An example of this approach can be seen in eco friendly building designs where sacred places or spaces and environmental ethics are integrated. The use of sacred geometry in architecture, water conservation techniques, and the development of green spaces in urban areas all reflect the dharmic ideas of creating harmonious environments that nurture both human and ecological life. For instance, cities like Auroville, with its focus on ecological sustainability and spiritual well being, reflect dharmic principles by integrating sacred spaces with environmental awareness. Eco-friendly architecture such as earth homes and rainwater harvesting system exemplify how ancient wisdom can be applied to modern urban development for a sustainable and spiritually connected future. So, by reclaiming dharma centric geography, we can reshape the future of urban design to ensure that it respects both human and planetary needs, creating cities that are not just places of habitation but also center of holistic well-being. Now, what is the role of educational institution? So, educational institutions can play a critical role in reviving and promoting ancient geospatial knowledge. By incorporating traditional wisdom into modern curricula, universities and research centers can help bridge the gap between ancient practices and contemporary urban planning. And this includes the study of ancient texts like the Vastu Sastra, Puranas, and Mahabharatas, which provide deep insights into spatial planning, environmental sustainability, and cosmic alignments. And such initiatives can empower students and professionals to explore the intersection of geography, astronomy, and spirituality. Bring forward a generation of scholars who are not only adept in modern technologies but also grounded in traditional ecological knowledge. And empowering local communities is also important to revive the traditional ecological practices. By empowering communities through education and collaboration, these practices can be revived and adapted to modern needs. For instance, the management of sacred forests as biodiversity hotspots or the restoration of water systems like stepwells and temple tanks can help address modern environmental challenges such as water scarcity and habitat loss. And collaborative efforts between architects, planners, and environmentalists also help to reclaim and integrate ancient wisdom into modern practice. Collaboration between architects, urban planners, and environmentalists is essential. As we wrap up our explanation of ancient Indian geospatial knowledge, it is clear that these traditional practices offer a sustainable model for the future. Whether it is in urban planning, water management, or ecological stewardship, the integration of ancient wisdom with modern methods presents a powerful opportunity for building cities that are both environmentally harmonious and spiritually grounded. So basically, the earth does not belong to us, we belong to the earth. The ancient wisdom of our ancestors reminds us that true progress lies not in conquering nature but in learning to live in harmony with it. Thank you.